Especially like to thank the parents for all their hard work, love, and support to make this event possible. This is not only a celebration of the love between Vicki and Sheng, but also the sacrifice and effort that the parents put in to raise these two lovebirds. Because, let's face it, Vicki and Sheng are the Chinese parents' ideal kids. One is an aerospace engineer, and the other is a corporate lawyer. I think they did a pretty good job. Vicki and I are only 2 years apart. We're close enough in age that we did basically everything together. Vicki was always there with me, whether I liked it or not. And like any sibling relationship, you know, it was an evolving one. First, there was chaos. It was pretty difficult at first when my parents surprised me one day with a new baby sister. For example, when we were little kids, my mom and dad would bathe us in the same bathtub. Was this to save money on the water bill, or was this to make us closer siblings? I will never know. But this activity was a constant struggle for my parents, because Vicki and I both wanted to sit at the front of the tub where the faucet was. Because as we all know, that's where the water was warmer, and that's where all the bubbles were. But my mom and dad would plead with us, please, please, the front and back, they're both equal. No. Vicki and I were very perceptive at a young age, and we knew the truth. The truth was, the water in the back was not as warm or clean. Needless to say, each one of these baths would usually end with someone getting a boo-boo, Vicki, and someone getting a life lesson from Papa Shah, me. Or there was also times when my grandparents would come home and they'd bring a tasty treat to us. Usually a dosabao. I would quickly eat mine, and then I'd eat Vicki's as well. This would result in Vicki giving her "I'm not impressed" look, screaming, and then politely requesting my grandma to spank me. These were such happy times in the Shah family. So this chaos period moved into a transition period where, you know, the awkward years. Vicki started to look more like a girl than a boy. Braces happened, so did puberty. I assumed more of a big brother protector role, and we even started to fight less, and we also united for trying to influence my parents for mutually beneficial things, like trying to go see The Lion King at the movie theater, because two screaming kids are more powerful than one. But one thing that stood out really during this time period, this transition period, was Vicki's sense of fashion. While other girls in elementary school were wearing, you know, the Sailor Moon or My Little Pony t-shirts, Vicki rotated through a set of girl empowerment t-shirt sweatpants combo set. These t-shirts said things like, "I'm not girl strong, I'm strong." "Don't mess with me, I'm a princess." And then my favorite, "I'm training to be Batman," which really made no sense, but Vicki was very special. So after this chaos period, you know, there's a transition period. You know, there's a period where you really start fighting less with your siblings. And this is the period where I call respect, where mad respect for each other. Vicki was the ideal sister to have if you ever wanted to feel bad about yourself in any sibling rivalry. Let me explain. In Chinese school, Vicki always got the top scores and would get trophies at the end of the year. I got a participation ribbon. Vicki always had a lot of friends and did very well in school. My parents like to call me a late bloomer. Vicki went the Ivy League route, I went the US News Top 25 route. So as you can see, Vicki crushed it. Vicki was the kind of sister that you bragged about with your friends, or even new acquaintances. You know, when you're in that conversation with someone, and you know they're trying to humble brag about some experience or something they did, I might on occasion say, "Oh really, that's pretty cool. My sister did that too, but she did it 10 times better than you." So Vicki's really special, and I'm incredibly blessed that I have her in my life. But one thing, you know, I care so much about her, and then one thing is that the only other person that I think can care as much about Vicki is Sheng, my new brother-in-law, who I'm really excited to have in my life. Sheng and I don't have your typical brother-in-law relationship. We actually really enjoy each other's company. I see Sheng almost every week, whether it's at my parents for dinner or during our weekly pickup basketball games. I even went to Sheng's bachelor party, which is really unusual for a brother-in-law, but I promise you I did not invite myself. Ever since Sheng moved from Cincinnati to DC almost 5 years ago to be closer to Vicki, I've been able to observe all his mannerisms and picadillos like any brother would. And I noticed one thing that really stood out that I really appreciate, and that's Sheng's even-keeled demeanor. And what I mean by that is like he's almost like James Bond. Nothing really phases him. He's always cool. An example is every time Sheng comes over for dinner, without fail, my dad always gives him a list of chores to do. Most of these chores are technology related. He's always an IT consultant at our house. I don't know if this is in compensation for the delicious dinner my mom cooks, or if this is, but whatever, but the list has grown since they've gotten engaged. Now let me explain. What will usually happen is my dad will call him over to the study. He'll go, Sheng, why is my computer monitor blue? Sheng, can you update my antivirus software? Sheng, can you connect my computer to the internet? And most recently, Sheng, can you help change the air filters? It's been over 3 months. So what would normally, phase a normal man and drive someone insane, Sheng will usually give his even very cool response. Okay, I got you, Papa Sheng. That's when I knew Sheng was special, and that's when I knew that he'd be the right man for Vicki. So Vicki and Sheng, I look forward to seeing you guys building a family together, and I know you two will support each other, love each other, and be present for each other. So if you could all raise your glasses again and toast with me to not only a happy life, but a full life. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause, please, for Mr. Eugene Sheng, brother of the bride. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to enjoy our dinner.
That's very good.